This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrump's exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. We hope you're having a wonderful Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for being with us.
Well, the mask argument at the Board of County Commissioner meeting is continuing, but could there be now a legal battle involved?
The May 3rd Board of County Commissioners meeting was to be mainly about budget presentations, but talk of the mask mandate began right from the start, with Commissioner Blendo's wife being asked to leave the meeting because she would not wear a mask, and Commissioner Blendo himself maskless.
Obviously, we've been fighting the situation with masks, mandates, and all these other issues. So instead of us fighting this on a continuous basis, I'm going to ask the county to go ahead and put together a legal battle for ourselves to go fight this mask mandate. So I'd like to get an item on the agenda so we can approve that and get that in front of the DA to start moving forward, instead of having this fight that we have on a constant basis on do we have the authority or not. Now we're just going to have to go fight it in court.
Commissioner Blendo continued to push County Manager Tim Sutton to go against the law and abide by the board's vote to do away with the mask mandate, despite legal opinion that it exceeds the board's authority.
This board voted to go in a direction. Crystal clear, unequivocally, 5-0. We ask that you follow the directions or tender your resignation, and we will find someone who will.
Sutton then commented on his responsibility as county manager to see the rules are followed by all who enter county buildings.
We've been asked the public to put masks on when they come onto county and town property. And for that reason, we can't have two different sets of standards for commissioners and for the public. And so we do have a commissioner currently who has his mask off and need to make sure that that's enforced. And so asked the sheriff's deputy to, at first asked Commissioner Blendo either to put his mask or a face shield on or to exit the building.
Well, you saw what we passed. I stand firm.
Commissioner Strickland asked Michelle Nelson of the District Attorney's Office about their legal opinion and state's approval of the Nye County mitigation plan.
The legal opinion that then subsequently wrapped up all the prior opinions came after the board's action and summarized both the Nevada Constitution as well as the NRS for the board not having authority to do away with the mask mandate. In addition, with respect to the transition plan, there was a letter from the governor. It's dated April 27, 2021. It does approve the transition plan except for the mask mandate, in which it states, as a reminder, the requirement of all Nevadans to wear a mask remains in place as set forth in Directive 24 and Section 4 of Directive 28. So the transition plan, as Commissioner Blendo stated, it was correct that it was approved subject to the mask mandate staying in place.
Strickland was clearly frustrated with the continuation of the mask conversation after having received the DA's legal opinion.
So I am unsure why we're bothering with this conversation again. What I will point out is that we have a directive that you must wear a mask inside of town and county buildings, and we have a sitting commissioner that refuses to do so. So what are we supposed to do when we manage a county? Are we supposed to set an example? But we've been told by our DA's office that this is not something we can do. And so to be in this position, I'm sorry, Commissioner Blendo, but it gets really, really old. Thank you.
The governor has eased the mask mandates recently. Nye County has opened to 100% capacity, and if the trend continues, Clark County will also open to 100% capacity on June 1st. The COVID test positivity rate is down and vaccines are more readily available. Can a full removal of the mask mandate be far behind? One question remains. What will the financial burden be to the county if the board decides to move forward with a legal battle against the state?
We'll be back with more News 25.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10,054, open to our veterans and our community. Stop by or give them a call.
Welcome back. Kellogg Company reports strong sales as Americans are snacking more, and the worldwide demand for handmade items is growing, which is good news for the company that makes Coach handbags.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
America is having a serious snack attack. The CEO of Kellogg's tells CNBC the company's snacks, such as Pringles and Cheez-Its, are accelerating in sales. Kellogg's net sales jumped 5.1% to $3.5 billion. Americans started stockpiling snacks during the pandemic and have yet to stop. The Tapestry company, which owns Coach and Kate Spade, reports customers are coming back. Sales were down during the pandemic, but now more people, especially in mainland China, are out buying handbags. The company is especially stocking up on merchandise in the bridal category, again, as couples who delayed weddings are now tying the knot.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Well, a man is under arrest for suspicion of DUI after the vehicle he was driving runs off the road and crashes into a building here in Pahrump.
The crash happened around noon Saturday when a white pickup truck, which witnesses describe as traveling at a high rate of speed on Bourbon Street, went off the roadway and struck the back of a two-story apartment building.
So we had a motor vehicle crash, single vehicle into a structure. There were no injuries, luckily. The driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI by the Nye County Sheriff's Office. They'll be the ones investigating the incident as well. There was reportedly a passenger inside the bed of the pickup truck. I'm not sure the status of the female or what happened there, just that there was a female in the bed of the truck.
According to reports, the woman who was said to be in the bed of the truck at the time of the crash had been in an argument with the driver, and she jumped into the bed of the truck as he drove away. Neither the man nor woman claimed any injuries at the time of the crash. The crash caused significant damage to the apartment, making it uninhabitable. Property managers say the impact pushed in the rear wall of the apartment and damaged a fence and outdoor plumbing. Residents on Bourbon Street tell News 25 they continue to see a problem with drivers going too fast and driving intoxicated. They said they often have mailboxes, yard displays, and landscaping damaged. Just days before this crash, a driver ran into a home and vehicle just a few hundred feet away. That crash also caused significant damage to the building and the vehicle.
One man was taken to Desert View Hospital after a rollover accident this weekend.
One male driver was transported to Desert View Hospital via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ambulance on Saturday with injuries sustained following a single vehicle rollover inside the Pahrump Valley Disposal Landfill off Mesquite Avenue here in Pahrump. Investigators with the Nye County Sheriff's Office told News 25 that the vehicle's floor mat got lodged behind the accelerator pedal inside this pickup truck. The vehicle then went off the roadway around a bend, and the pickup truck then overturned. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded and attended to the patient. And another accident, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating a reported road rage incident that ended with a crash and 4 people injured.
The incident happened Friday night in what reportedly started as a road rage incident in Pahrump. Pahrump Valley Fire Chief Scott Lewis says they were called in to assist the victims.
Earlier this evening, a motor vehicle accident allegedly occurred in the center part of town. It became a hit-and-run accident, and the Sheriff's Office is investigating the actual cause. But allegedly, the vehicles, one pursued the other onto the desert floor off of Gamebird in the area of Winchester. Approximately a mile, maybe 2 miles out into the desert floor, the vehicle became disabled. There were several injured persons. Our crews made way out onto the desert floor, brought the patients back, and are preparing to transport them to the local hospital. We're assessing 2 adults and 2 children.
The suspect vehicle was described as a white sedan with no license plate and driver's side rear end damage. The car reportedly fled the scene in the desert near Gamebird Road and Winchester Avenue. If you have any information that could help investigators track down that vehicle or know anything that might be helpful, you can call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
A brush fire happened over the weekend is under investigation.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, as well as Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary units, responded to the scene of a large brush fire off Highway 160 in Nevada West on Saturday. This was near the Dottie's Casino. According to Fire Chief Scott Lewis, no structures were threatened and no extensions were reported. The fire is suspect in nature at this time. If you have any information, you can contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. You can remain anonymous.
We have more News 25 coming up after the break, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. The Nye County Sheriff's Office pauses to remember one of his own, a weekend memorial service for former Deputy Thomas O'Donnell.
Former deputy and candidate for Sheriff Thomas O'Donnell died April 24th. Saturday, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies escorted the retired deputy from the mortuary to his memorial, where friends, co-workers, and family gathered to remember his life and service to the community. In a Sunday post on Facebook, the Sheriff's Office says his service will never be forgotten. O'Donnell served with the Nye County Sheriff's Office from September 1994 until February 2016, when he retired. O'Donnell was seen here speaking with News 25 in 2014 when he ran for Nye County Sheriff. To recognize O'Donnell's service and to honor those who've lost their lives in the line of duty, Nye County law enforcement officers will shroud their badges through Peace Officer Memorial Day on May 15th.
Nye County and County Emergency Management has launched a survey to gauge interest in the COVID-19 vaccine for ages 12 to 17. The county is holding first-dose COVID-19 vaccine pods on Tuesday, May 11th from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Emergency Management 1510 Siri Lane, and no appointment is required. The county provides Moderna vaccines, which can only be given to ages 18 and up. County Emergency Management will hold a weekly COVID-19 vaccine pod on Wednesdays, starting May 19th from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. at 1510 Siri Lane. There are 15 new COVID-19 positive cases since last Monday reported and all confirmed, with all 15 in Pahrump. No new COVID-19 related deaths have been reported, and overall there has been 2,935 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives countywide since the first reported case in March of 2020.
And a man wanted by Nye County authorities who fled to Mexico is now back in Nevada and facing charges.
On May 5th, Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives coordinated with the U.S. Marshals Pacific Southwest Regional Fugitive Task Force and their Mexican Foreign Field Office to locate Jose Manuel Bautista. Bautista was wanted by the Nye County Sheriff's Office and had fled to Mexico. He was located in Guadalajara and taken into custody. The Sheriff's Office says the original charges on Bautista's failure to appear warrants were attempted sexual assault and attempted sexual conduct between certain employees of school or volunteers at school and pupil. Bautista was deported by Mexican authorities and was arrested May 6th at McCarran International Airport by Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives. He was transported to the Nye County Detention Center in Pahrump and booked on the warrants.
Today, the U.S. Treasury Department issued comprehensive guidance related to how the states and territories can spend aid allocated from the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds established by the Federal American Rescue Plan. The newest figures show that Nevada will receive $2.7 billion in direct state aid, with billions of additional dollars flowing directly to local governments and to more than 90 specific programs. The 150-plus pages of guidance includes detailed information on the allowable uses for how the states can utilize fiscal recovery funds from the ARP to respond to pandemic response needs, full revenue shortfalls, and support communities and populations hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, the VA Southern Nevada Healthcare System announced that it will hold a virtual listening session with stakeholders on Monday, May 17th at 11 a.m. to hear from veterans and the communities VA serves. This is one of 50 public virtual listening sessions across the country from March through June of this year to hear from veterans on how to design a healthcare system of the future and grow services for veterans in a way that reinforces VA's role as a leader in the United States healthcare system. These listening sessions represent an exciting opportunity for veterans to help VA reimagine how VA delivers care in equitable, high-quality, veteran-centered manners, and develop a plan for investing in VA's aging infrastructure. To register for the VA Southern Nevada Healthcare System's listening session, please go to va.gov.
Who doesn't love a good home remedy? But not all home remedies are created equal. Some are supported by scientific research, while others are tall tales. Erica Foreman has more on what works according to science.
Most of us have tried a home remedy at some point. Some work and some don't. According to Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Elizabeth Kightlinger, one remedy backed by science is using duct tape to remove a wart.
You want to put it on the wart and you want to leave it on for about 6 days. So you want to give it substantial time to kind of have like an occlusive property over that wart. Take it off. You want to scrub it. Then you want to reapply the tape again and leave it on for another 6 days and repeat this process.
It looks like Grandma was right. Research suggests chicken soup can be good for a cold.
The chicken noodle soup actually increase the velocity of movement of the mucus in your nose better compared to hot water and better compared to cold water. So there actually is science that it may relieve some of that congestion and mucus and make you feel better.
And if you have a cough, honey may help.
So there are a lot of studies that found that giving a couple of teaspoons of honey at night can actually reduce symptoms, reduce coughing, and improve sleep. The last point I want to make about the honey is that you always want to make sure you're not giving it to anyone younger than 1 year of age, because honey does have a risk of infant botulism, which is a very serious disease.
For those dealing with tummy troubles, products containing ginger can provide relief.
There's a lot of data showing that it actually can be quite effective for nausea. There are studies that have used it in pregnant women, chemotherapy patients. The overall trend was that these are helpful medications.
If you're reaching for an herbal medicine, be sure to talk with your healthcare provider first. Some can interact with certain medical conditions and medications. At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
It's best to forego home remedies if you're in severe pain, having trouble breathing, or if you're not able to eat, drink, or keep fluids down. Dr. Kightlinger says you'll also want to contact your doctor if the home remedy you're using isn't working, if it's making your ailment worse, or you develop new symptoms.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, John Kohler staring out the KPVM weather window out at the majestic skyline of Pahrump. Look at you, you dusty little desert nugget. We'll be back with the weather report here in just a second.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Not quite sure what's going on with the ridge in my hair. What is that? It's like a faux hawk. I don't put product in it. It just does this on its own. So it's the magic of being me. All right, let's check out the weather as we head up and down the state. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, Tonopah, and Goldfield. 72 degrees, pretty much a lockstep highs all the way down to Beatty. All right, here's some changes. 84 degrees for a high today in Beatty. Amargosa, you're all the way up to 89 degrees. Las Vegas got you beat at 90. And Death Valley all the way to triple digits, right on the money, 100 degrees. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, where the air is pure, the grass is green, and the horses run wild and free. 87 degrees, our current temperature. 88 was as smoking hot as it got today. Winds out of the west and northwest to 14 miles per hour. Sun rose this morning gloriously at 5:41 a.m. It'll set this evening about quarter till. Yep, 7:39 p.m. Look for the low temperatures tonight, about 58 degrees. Clear skies tonight. Winds kind of dying down because look at this the next few days. Beautiful moderate winds, 10 mile per hour till about Friday. And then the wind's kicking up just a little bit. We're going to have temperatures in the mid-90s reliably for the next 3-4 days. Saturday and Sunday cooling off a little bit. Going to get a little bit of cloud cover. A little bit more wind on Saturday. And then the denouement Sunday, Monday, it'll chill out on the wind again. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a beautiful week, and I hope it is for you too. Back to the desk, it's Missy and Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. We want to remind everybody that the Disabled American Veterans will be out this weekend, the 14th and 15th. They're going to be at Walmart, Tractor Supply, and Smith's, and they're going to be doing their Forget Me Not campaign. So that's super important. Everybody donate and help them out. They're going to be down there from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Good night.